Who are your favorite about 5-10 artists right about now? Locally.
You'll have okay. Alien, Kitaka. I like this young guy. Of course, Barack. Joshua. There's this young guy. Mitani. He came and performed in Chwatuli. Very tiny. He puts on very big shoes. Kapeke
Nwose.
Yeah, that
was like that.
I like his versatility.
What are the women?
The girl, Annie, Mola Jeff.
Ava
Peace.
I think I like her game. I think I like her game.
Second question. Who are Bebe Cool's best friends? Who is some of those people you call, you're free with them, your best friends? Go J. Konze.
I like that.
I mean, what I can tell you, Nimrod, in the Castora with Simu ya Bebe ngevuga kusimu yo. Gwemanya olitano. Very good friend.
Nimrod. Nimrod is not gonna let us rest.
Because it's so keradala, nze sibola.
Yeah.
It's okubiri. I don't entertain abantu abatali constructive. Kati abantu bonna bembeera nabo.
Baina constructive.
Babeera okay.
Baina chobagatako nawe inachobagatako.
Nsobola okubajjako. Yes. When a meeting ono
Deno.
I mean there was a kid.
Naye
nga ali kali aggressive.
He knows what he wants.
Era lero wenze ne musanga wana. I mean you just imagine singatsa ateka o platform eyo. Era naye yali badaga ntanze sijja kuba nyimba zo yo guy. So I have made it a routine to make people my friends.
First thing you do when you wake up?
Take a glass of water.
Okay.
Last thing you do at the end of the day, like when you're going to sleep?
Watch TV.
And speaking of Gargamel, I want to know where does Gargamel end and where does Bebe Cool start? Like the difference between you guys are one.
The world is new. Everything enters in each other. Gargamel will not end. They are to recruiting a katibavuka bato to take on the brand. But I also would want to put a platform that makes them proud. That's why you see I'm trying to do some things towards the end. Then later on, if possible, I can. Actually, I'm just recreating a route to see can a Ugandan artist break worldwide. If so be, sijateka sente muyimbi atali mwana wangu. So mbanja kuata my daughter mtekemo sente ezo agende wansonga nti abayimbi bazibu nnyo tebategeera the difficult way ebizibu ebiriwo the hardships when someone invests
in you,
their money in you. On the local level.
And it's very hard
when you want to push internationally where you spend thousands of dollars. I recently felt the pain there. Manager wa Katare and Kando. I don't know what the problem was, but the first thing as an artist, you should think about a person's money.
Do you talk to them? Bolabanga industry shatalinzemu katinga Katare and Kando never breaking up as a father in the industry. Do you get involved more?
I only get involved when people come for advice. Some of these things you can only comment publicly that much like now here. But really I can't go out there and embuze. But if people need actual information, if they reach out,
when they need you and you call you,
then they get it, because these facts is just about opening people's minds. Someone is giving you a car is wasting your time. The other person who has done ABCD for you,
who has made you for the other person.
I hate to comment about Rema's career. She's successful, she's happy. But one time I said it that for me, where I wanted her to be was the Yemis.
Because
that woman was...
She's talented.
You know, that talent. But then later, I saw an interview, she said she was very happy, but that's where I wanted her to be. But she had where she wanted
to be.
And she's where she wanted to be. So that's where now the lines are crossed. So when it comes to Gagamel Nengamba now, should I continue grooming artists? I can help artists. I don't have a problem. I can support them. I can do anything.
But that is when somebody asks for that help.
But I cannot invest my direct cash in an artist unless if it is my own son or daughter. Because it's when zifirwa
Alpha ani amusalira team jalaga. Do you get involved, or it is his career now?
No, of course I get involved. I'm the father, I'm the acting agent. Alpha is not a footballer by mistake, and I'm not his father or stroke agent by mistake. We started this thing together. So we advise each other, but we pick information, we get a lot of things. In the next few years, people will know about me and football in Uganda. I've got an academy. I'm a member of. We started an academy 7 years ago in one of in Uganda here. So, but I will let the public know about the whole thing.
So, what agent were Alpha? Decision mpira
obeeramu babiri mbeeramu ate also ngero omuzadde yenna alina okubeera involved
mu career z'abaana
or else he has so protecting
and your daughter she has shown an interest in music. I saw a video that you posted of her and she was doing one of the classics on the piano, and you're like, you would be proud if she came like up to you and she told you that, Daddy, I want to be an artist. You would support her.
Yes, completely. I wouldn't want... Alan's choosing a different path. I would also want to see if my daughter could choose a path that could rhyme with my thinking. I mean, the Jesus.
Mwalawo no mukirizo okujja mu industry. Nga teriyize industry nawo ogimanyi.
Anti bwebanga sente weeri.
Tubayisaamu eggaali tukola tutya.
My daughter, my children have gone through the session of being humiliated.
Okay.
By humiliating their father the way their father has been humiliated in this country before, you're not going to shake them anymore. And that's why I even laugh at people who attack Alpha. I mean, that's one of the reasons why he is quiet. Because he has seen people, some tata we gali family, mama we. He has grown to have a thick skin. My daughter the same.
Alan yavudde mu kuyimba. Ani anayimba mu mubana.
Anti-cut, it doesn't mean, otherwise I would have told all of nobody about to muyimbe, but you can see they're in football.
Alpha ono nkulaba omututeko mbatendesa abenjawulo uli England, uno Spain, like Alpha olusinga newaba asamba obeerayo eri mu Russia, then nabeera nakiri eri n'asamba kansambe mukyala wange ndaba oba otegedde njogereyo n'ateekamu gali eri amaanyi gonna alabise biri eri byonna ebimalayo. Alpha kikyogamba nti kino kikyagaanyeemu nti naye nga tujja kutuukawo.
Tewaliwo kintu kibeera straight mu life. There's no career that just comes. I mean, you've told me you wanted to be a star. But to be a star, you know the challenges you've gone through. So for me, when I'm building my children's careers or helping them to build their careers, I'm realistic to them. Things are not going to come just because you're who you are. No, you're going to face challenges. And the number one challenge that my children face is, now like for football, I don't know where this idea came from that football is for only the less privileged. Nti omupiira gwina kusambibwa abantu baavu. Omwana w'omugagga ye
obusawo obeera awo so ayagala yasamba.
Anti kaakati ekikwewuunyisa kiri very simple. Nti omupiira teguli Uganda yokka. Mu nsi z'ebweru si byayagala yasamba. Community.
It's a professional.
It's a profession. Kati nze nakimanya nti of course abantu abamu bajja kukolanga ebintu twayitambizibwawo ku express. era that's one of the reasons why kinajjayo. The truth olunaku lwenakera ku machana enjogera ekintu ekyatuleetera okuviira ddala ku express Uganda bannayuganda bajja kukyawa omusajja omu. So nowala n'omwana for political reasons.
Yes.
Oyo mwana abaana bemulaba
ate ng'omwana tali mu politics.
Very innocent kid.
Taata we
yabeera bulamu
yabeera ku state house.
Naye ayagala asambe yeetambulira. Singa yali mu music gye nina influence. Mwaligambye kale kuba mwakiteekako Alan paka mwamulemesa. Okitegera. But then
pressure comes towerako.
Anti because buli muntu alina strength ye. Alan is not that much. He's a very I know bunafu we. So ojja kati nga sendi kyakola no jirego mwana ali mu kwerwanako. You can easily discourage someone's child.
Yes.
Oba okitegeera kyovula nze my life sikiriza muntu akozesa discouraging words.
You can advise but don't
discourage.
Actually it was abusive, if I may say it. You don't say those words.
Yes. So, but I'm very sure that inshallah, if ngatuli balamu, my life and my family's life is a book to be written, completed, and it will be read.
Okay.
And it will make a difference in people's lives.
Wa performing ako ku birthday ya Mandela. Wawulira otya ye okugendayo bakusasula.
Ndibansasula. Airtel yampe 15.
Yes.
Nga pocket money. Nengulya ya ticket 2 n'omuntu gwe nagenda naye yava mu company. Ne bansuza in the most expensive hotel in UK. Mu hotel eyo manyini ne Mandela mwe yasula. Never Will Smith bonna celebrities stars twali mwera we have those are one of my best pictures ever bienina
and achievements because you think no one will do that
happen again
because Mandela rested
in I performed in front of over 2 million people Hyde Park. It's like a festival place. Hyde Park nene New London. Okay. Then ku TV abali balaba live because CNN went live.
Yes.
Okay. Wali over 2 billion people watching live. So that doesn't happen a second time.
You know.
And speaking of regrets, what are some of those things you wished you would have done in your career earlier on?
Not done, but I wish I had the money. The money actually is the actual key factor that determines how far an artist can go. So we had the ideas here and there, but because we lacked the funds,
You
could only go to Nairobi, come back.
Because now I can see it. I wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to London, I want to be on this radio, I want to be in this podcast, I want to be here. And
you take Madame to London for a week.
That's why you see that's why you see Joshua under a record company. Because it's a record company, signing and moving. Things are happening. So fetwa tukola haso ngera bola abayimbi bwe bagikola wano.
Yes.
So sometimes you can blame them tiba ngabwe nkola nti abanaye bitukola bikoma wano. But maybe the limit is just finances. Kati that's where getting a close to president gatugeza ko kumulaga lwachi twetaaga full attention ye kuki ku sector muchegere tandikira ku mateeka copyright law okujja kumulaga nti yes you can invest in 10 artists every year. You just get $10 million buli artist no muteka mu 1 million every year. No manya nti $1 million agenda ku aina management katugambe Swangs einako omuyimbi omu 1 million. Gagamere einako omuyimbi omu 1 million. Firebase inako miyimbi omu 1 million. Ne record companies endala gwe no distributing anabaga kati mumpa abana bemugenda okola ki kati pushinga twagala abana babere nga bali bayimbye ne bawizikidi bani ba as simple as that.
Nga sina bagenda ku kya copyright njagala soka kubuuza ani yatandika Firebase?
Nze.
So gwe watandika Firebase?
Yes.
Chaka bikibadde kyewunyisa basenga tubadde tumanya oli yagitandika. kakati ku copyright
nze bwenvaamu yena insisting okusigala nelinya ne bali kuba twali tukoze ekintu ekyo kyantiisa nnyo kuba nze nali engeri gyenva mu family gyenvaamu it wasn't a good act so nembaga mmanyi Kamili agenda tuleka because abantu bafavorinze ye bwomu 3 people can't be fighting one person. People will favor the one person. Tuyina okutula group tugende single naffe tuddeyo mu sympathetic voting ng'ojja olwana naye nga muntu omukulu nanyiga nvuma nnyo nnyo n'akwata balina abatwala nga yalabe kya group kikola kati nze nali mmaze okitegeera nti oli omulenzi ajja tuleka mayiro 5 because twatuukangawo ngwire concert oziraba mugenze mu bifo performinga naye nga abantu bakwendulu naye nga akasajja bwe kajjako kabwekati kasandikira buli kintu because of favor kakati bw'oba oli mu business ate toyinza kufiweringa ate bikuba
you have to like
so that's how I left and made Gagame
battle of champions
you guys made history
shwani ya wangula Bebe
aleka nawe mwine emitima ya mibili sianga chitemule shuwa mujeyo lutambi
eno battle yagwa ali ya wangula Shiba Cindy.
Of course Shiba was not going to beat Cindy. You see, a battle is from experience. So and I know kati chiringa ava piece wagenda okuyimba battling ne Shiba onga ava piece ngafunye 10-15 hits for now Shiba nebo atayongerako ava piece tumuwe 20 hit songs najjo kubattlinga ne Shiba
but I mean
Cindy omanyi Cindy
who should we see on stage
n'abasajja twalinga akabwalinya stage owulira eddobozi nga atufudde
kasagama hey roga
my friend
ani gwe tulaba now wasobola okubattlinga can Saha go against Kenzo?
You see, battle has a reason. It began with us because we had fans who needed to prove to each other that we are best. It's not just a choice because oli muyimbi nange ndi muyimbi. That's why they can't make sense. Okitegedde fe kati bw'okireta mu Shiba ne Cindy. Shiba nzogamba nti no, they needed that generation to see if it has really conquered ours. Okay? Nti Cindy ava mu generation eri Shiba mwenu. Kakati kati that now can be a battle. Okitegedde kati there's a mistake era omugenzi radio rest in peace gye bakola with me. You don't battle with Bebe nga toli wa generation yange. So Bobi mwalaba kinamukola wa generation yange.
You made him wear his shoes.
Kamili ye yaganirawo at that time. Okay? Kubanga the game was try to win okola because battle ya soka yali ya Kamili ne Bobi. It was a small one because abajitegeka tebamanya nti abantu bakimanyi nti ddala Bobi tasobola competing nani ne Kamili, so it didn't make news. Era kali ku katikati kakati
Bobi made a lot of sense because there was
fiction ya man. Then nze ne Kamili, it was going to make a lot of sense because tulina okumanya ani ddala asinga ebyo era that is one concert abantu gyebasobola okusibirako ssente ne batuula ku side ya Kamili.
So right now if that concert is to happen
or you were talking about it recently,
would you allow it?
The truth is it's a money thing. And it can never go below, let's say, $1 million or so. I can't. Because no. Let me tell you this.
So Simba ainakuwa $1 million,
$1 million, n'abategesi n'aba $1 million okutegeka.
A best event like
abategesi twagala 5 ku each side. You get 5 promoters, give them an opportunity
to push their artists. Now, but
battle young and Joseph, it's not just a battle. This is Africa.
It is a life experience. Shut up.
Whereby MTV na kuja netula omwezi
big people.
Filming industry nebigenda maso. Government yefuna mo ebyo nebya MTV kutunda Uganda. You're talking about 2 people who have contributed to the existing industry where millions of young people are benefiting today. You can't come to me with a million chikumi bibili. Are you mad? A battle can easily leave one of us injured.
One will die.
One will die.
Who will die? Bebe, who will die?
Zendozo manyi. In how long?
Man, we've come a long way.
Okay.
Circumference motivation. No, but last year, say, but one way you mark at a bag and
just play motivation as we come back.
So can circumference.
He wants to go.
I'm under pressure. I'm under pressure. Not
One will die.
Banner Boy performs for $1 million. Wheezy 400, 500,000 Vani. But a Ugandan, it is in their dream to see their own Ugandan being paid $1 million. Bubalaba, it is a wrong thing.
It is something wrong.
Jesus Christ, this
industry,
we have built this industry. We have sacrificed everything. We've been humiliated. We have done everything we could to see that all of you people are now enjoying some money and making a life. You want to tell me that those 2 men are not worth just 3 million, 10 billion? Whereby the 10 billion also has 10 promoters also benefiting.
Because
whereby Uganda, international platforms zonna worldwide. So it's just on how you package your situation. Otherwise, Joseph, I value him so much. Yinzo bomb muziki adandu baloza tamanyi kuyimba.
Wachira mukuba nayenga kali ku
sawo. Ani nange wachira.
Oba nawe ne bakubanga naye ensawo ejjudde. Avano guy why bankubye naye akasente we kali.
Of course it's a call to the president. It was one of the things that he should do in his last term. Whenever Malis. We need that one big concert where the whole country is bowing 45 million people. Ngabali wali 12 hours sajja bekulamu amalokoli oyo kamili sinza mule
bagenda kuyimbira how long bana
until the thing is called
no budde teuba mala
last man standing.
Let me kamanyumizeyo battle yali ya I don't remember yali ya Bobi or Bebe's first round he came to perform as if he's from the bathroom. Nga just yali a good life.
Yeah, good life.
Nga nakula gambo tanatandika. So he came and was just singing chibi kati nga teno good life ye kasuka beno baleka na baleka kati Bebe nalyoka jamu outfit kati najjanga azo performinga kati meanwhile Gagame yali kind of disappointed baga Bebe alikuchi tulieno tuwaga bali batutwala nalyoka ja kati this time najja ku performinga eri ne chikwata ne baleka so another session Kamili natuula kusaidia baredi ya Nwezi bano ne bazidamu amaane kati awo ne zitandika okukasuka.
Kamili yalaba nkuba national anthem nga bali babuzayo about 8 songs ezaabwe zigwemu
nga Bebe yakatandika
anze nkuba national anthem
Do you know Bebe Cool is one of the artists with the most songs in Uganda? Actually,
exactly.
He's the artist with the most songs in the Uganda here.
So when you're setting a battle, you look at how many songs, which sessions, hit songs, then you start putting them in spots where you control your voice. No, those were no take away.
Because when you kujira mu cassette pitch, na wokubira love you every day. Obo koye.
So that it's not just coming up. Oh, any hit zange zonna zezisemba nena mukube sawa 2. Oh, osoka nokuba konya bweziti.
Barede bagwayo
ne batandika ezize
Bebe nasigala ng'ayimba
Bobi yakola ekyo yatandika okuba ezange ngezize ziwedde babuzayo
Bebe no bato najiwakanirako ne muzeeyi
nateekamu ezanga
najiwakanirako ne muzeeyi nga ndi ku side ya Bobi ali kuono
Barede bayimba nezigwayo ne bagenda Bebe nasigala ku stage
bwomu nekuba shopa kasaa kundu but you see, people should witness. This generation should witness such things. Like a performance, Bebe battling Chameleon. It can't be just a stage. It is a lot of things that would happen in one single day.
People have to dress up for that day.
You know?
You have to come out for that day because it's a whole night's performance, by the way.
6 to 6. Last man standing.
Enimba weziri.
Weziri atechiti.
Enimba weziri.
Akati olaba ku bato ya ba radio. Kati nze namanya bali banywa nnyo wano. Nze nembagulira. Nga bote bamayinga waliwo mugaga ali awo abateekamu drinki bo banywa atya. Do you know how alcohol dehydrates the throat? Kati nga nzimba nkimanyi tugoliwa hours nga 2-3 ng'otere. All that simple. Otherwise omwana ayinza okuyingirira mu business. Bonna baali bato to enter my business.
Ate nga bocha nabo nga bocha.
Era nasooka kwogera n'oyo Joseph. Lebuka Joseph. Okimanyi abantu balowooza abaana abo batukulu. If you let that be, we are done. People will take that narrative. Lebuka nze kambwambale.
Era ne battle ya Shiba ne Cindy had to be there. That is something that shook the industry also.
Yes.
Okitegeera. Era ne batuyamba ne bagitwala kololo.
And I was happy. After some time I saw Cindy saved the image of older artists. Which together. Because some abana bato bano.
Singa Shiba ya mukulwa. Sebo reputation now.
Atebera yabayimbi bonna abali mature abakuze. Bwana bujja ne mbayisa mu gaali awo. But it was a good experience. Twali twegagera. Evening rush, Monday to Friday, I think we need to balance and man, the sakara basajja batuleke. We have to go with these guys. The world is moving.
Yeah. Motivation is fresh and new from our album Break the Chain. Big Size Bebe Cool is here. We have to wind up. We have to wind up.
Kamubuuzeyo nga itumaliriza.
Rasta has to go and deal with that.
Bebe yegwe omuntu abadde awo nga buli ayagala ajja n'afuma n'agenda n'ajja n'amanyiira n'agenda nga si yegwe omuntu atera nnyo okubaddira baba bakubeerako ne kibagambe ba kibakoze. Naye this time round twalabyeko Alex Muhangi never plays the intention to sue. Kyabadde kitya?
Yeah, intention.
Anti ekyono.
I just want my music down from his platform because statement Giacola is clear. So now that people don't like Bebe Cool, so Chitegeza then music wange naita mugasa, so I'm pulling it down.
Okay, so the letter is basically to tell him videos on Nazem performance ku comedy store, all the posters, bijeyo, we are clean.
In disregard of, you're disregarding a new, I would say, it is extremely disrespectful. My boy in Avan, but we've been to Umwana Vianzukula and Ajana dad.
Why has somebody said something like that?
Real? Is this real?
Why are you letting it
you people should learn how to use social media. Be very careful of the things you do.
And say.
Omalaga sama boto na ye, my friend.
Someone is
Ebintu ebimu biri very effective ku bulamu bw'abantu. Ate ebintu ebimu bisobola okuleetera obuzibu, point of no return. Kubakati, when you go make such a statement, you're not only attacking a man's business, you're attacking their personality, you're attacking their family, you're really, he's cutting your social media, is making people believe everything is so bad about you. And then this is a person who has been so close to you.
Yes, that's where I was coming to.
Sometimes things like that bring out the true people.
like the fake friends and the
exactly. Because you can be with someone over 40 years, but that same person nga yazala abana mchala nga you don't know. So for me, I keep just thanking God that I have discovered.
Yeah, that kawana.
Hey, I mean, it's what I'm talking those are the things that are happening in real life.
Yeah.
You get it. So you pray to God that you get to know that person
earlier.
Maybe he said it out of anger, out of frustration.
I can tell you that he's not the only person who was frustrated by the situation. Do you know that all my life, Buchanga Nyimba, all my life, I have never skipped a concert. That's the first one. And I'm very sure it could be the last one, unless if people disrespect me the way I was disrespected that night. And you know, let me give you a scenario, a cheap scenario. It's 8 o'clock and I've sent my wife to your event where I'm going to perform.
I saw her. I was there.
Why would I send my wife?
If you're not going to come.
If I'm not going to come. I don't joke with family. So, and I've seen people argue this case.
Bebe, I know what
shows you the
unless she's probably out with other girls, but if Bebe is performing somewhere and Zwena is there, Bebe has to come.
Then secondly, I don't deny I've got my money. Nina sent, let's say, I'm comfortable. Really, do I come there for money?
No.
Bebe chachima sente kubivu. Chachima sente kubivu.
Because he did not pay you
now that I don't come for money, please, I still don't come to lose my respect. Okay?
Bebe, tusonyiwe Alex Muhanji.
Anze namusonyiwa, just nagatako kumwesonyiwa.
Because, okay, nange chali wange, but I know what he said was disrespectful. If he apologized,
you see, I said namusonyiwa even before he apologized, because if apology was part of him, that would have been the next thing the next morning. You get it? Because then alcohol is off your head.
Because champagne abantu babanywedde waragi.
No, it has nothing to do with champagne. No, it has nothing to do with champagne. I mean, when you mess the night,
and those remarks were said.
No, I'm not about those remarks. I'm about just the post. I don't care what comes after.
It's the post.
It's the post.
It's the post.
Yes. And then before the post, it is me and my people who engaged that group for 1.5 hours. Okay?
Then the post was released after.
Then that's when I knew for sure I do so many mistakes when I do people favors. Remember, I came from a whole day event, which was my presser.
Yes.
Okay? And remember, I had been asked to do a favor just the day before. On Tuesday afternoon. That's when I'm asked to please perform on Wednesday.
So they didn't even have the audacity to book you a week before.
You don't even want me to show you what I have on phone on that discussion. But it's just a time comes when nebobera wachisaye otuka nokowa Some of us we can no longer be there kwewozako just okola ekintu n'otambula. That's why abantu abanenya nnyo Joseph oyo Kamili ntera nnyo baga nti be very careful oba onenya chameleon nga toyambalanga ku ngatto ze. So if you haven't put on my shoes,
don't pretend to be me.
Don't pretend to know what might have happened, but you just put the simplest scenarios in place. I mean, a man's wife is in place. What is the intention of the man? That's the first thing. Then secondly, you know I've got my money.
And you know
how much am I coming for?
I wakati mulese ebintu ebyo
no
bajja kwesotinga bana bami bombi babeera ntinda side zeyo. Those things will end.
Let me tell you something. Omusajja jakumukola abeera very protective of his family. So be very careful when you make certain things that can look like they attack family.
The family of that person.
Because when you attack my integrity to that level, onyigiriza nze ngenzi okikonfirming nze sebo gokikonfirminga mu bantu
statement tugenda jijjayo
nze najijjayo naye
but still the damage was done.
Bebe Cool has a new song, Motivation.
You gotta be motivated.
Please be motivated
to not
go.
Things.
It is on all his social media. Stream it, love it, download.
And look out for the new album.
Yes, and the new album. The new album is yet to come out. No one has. No one has the album. It is yet to come out. Bebe, as we wind up, your last words to, first of all, the young artists, the fans out there, Gaga Meiro.
And it's Women's Day.
And Women's Day. Let's start with the fans. Fans. Abagala music wo. Katandika n'abasiraamu.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Siramu bannange mwenna mbagaliza ekisibo ekirungi, mbagaliza omutima mubeere bantu ba mitima mirungi, munaaze ku mitima at least ennaku zino entono ezo ze tusiiba ne tusaala, so that ekisibo eswala zammwe zibeereza ddala. Ate nammwe abatasobodde kusiiba nga nze tukolere abantu ebirungi. Nze njogera lwa nsonga nti njanya abantu bakolere abantu ebirungi, si mu kisiibo mwokka naye throughout life mubeere bantu balungi. You don't nze nalwala munayo
kasito sibulula abantu gwe mulamwa.
Kakati, of course, to the fans, as you said, not only Gagame, but now Uganda, of course, they're all fans of artists like Bebe Cool, artists like Chameleon, because for us we have done our part, and strangely, some of us are still pushing. Okay. So the issue is, I want Ugandans to get together and support artists who are putting in a lot. Support artists who are serious. Supporting serious brands, serious people. Bemugezako kulaba. If you wake up, I saw in Kenya, they started a challenge to make BN 1 million followers on all his pages. That's what all Ugandans should do. Following pages of Bebe, streaming music wa Bebe, so that to get somewhere, following pages of Joshua Baraka, streaming music. We need to push a Ugandan or 2 or 3 somewhere. Besides politics. Okay? Because politics yajja twawula mu ndowooza ya politics tetujja kukiriziganya. Okay? Naye ebirala byonna
kusaidia endongo tusigale nga tuli babalisi
fena ya Uganda tusigale nga, because music azimba gwanga. Baana bammwe be bafuka bayimbi nze nga nvuddewo okitegeera nze ntereeza mulimu gw'abaana abaana bagenda okujja ng'ekintu kitambula. Ffe sitwagala kireka just makindye, no, ffe twagala tukitwale New York, tukitwale UK nga kyogerwako. Omusajja, there's going to be an event in Gulu, Lionel Richie bamuleeta babukingirako Burna Boy. Burna Boy bamusasula $1 million. Then kakati kuliko 5 artists abamu north ne 5 artists from the rest of the country. But the most expensive artist nga bali bamutaddeko omutwalo gumu kitundu. Era event eri mbuzibu lwa kintu owa Uganda omutwalo gumu kitundu $5 million nga Burna Boy alina kakadde ka dollars billion 3.7 how kifera mu fact era omuntu yakuba emmeeza mu Uganda akuba emmeeza bagamba this is not possible mwe mugamba nti tebali worth it mwe just mubasasule ekitone nnyo emitwalo 10 ejja dola oba 2 ife tumanye nti emitwalo 5 tudistribute nze muki with respect. So kati never funds, that's what we are calling for. We're calling for full support for reasons. Nti toina chofiwa following amuntu, toina chofiwa supporting ate nange kati instead of doing that album centenary zikozemu nalizichakadde.
Your message to the Women's Day is on Saturday.
Happy Women's Day. That's of course a very special day because I mean Uganda itself is our motherland, so that's how important and special women can be. I believe it's a culture that we need to continue as a country to support women, empower them, respect them, guide them, love them, and in return definitely they will also do the same.
Okay, and of course last but not least the nangambi ngambe okozotya
Bebe come a long way.
Even us we're now friends.
So that is
let us also create our own